Hey, Algebra 1 kids, welcome to week 7, Monday with Dr. Callahan. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. So go ahead and pause the video so you can go ahead and get your warm-up log done. This is week 7, Monday. Keep in mind that your warm-up log due is going to be on week 9, Friday. So you have about 2 more weeks after spring break, or excuse me, 2 more weeks with fall break in between. Okay, so if you guys need assistance with tutoring, I have started a Zoom tutoring with my office hours. So what you need to do is you need to go to your MS team. So let me see if I can get there. Okay, here we go. So you should be able to see the screen now. So once you're on MS team, make sure you go to Algebra 1. And once you're here, you can go ahead and take a look at the posting right here where it says, do you need tutoring over the week or weekend? Here are my office hours. I also offer tutoring on the weekends if you guys need it. These hours will somehow change depending on how my week goes. If I have something planned, like I'm going up to the lake on a Saturday or something, I will probably eliminate this, but you guys can take a look at this. Type in your email address and then select the days that you would like. If any of the days here does not work for you, you can select other and then tell me what works for you, and I will try to go ahead and integrate that into my schedule so that there is no conflict. And I would absolutely try to make sure that I help you guys as best as I can. So yeah, all right. In addition to that, make sure you guys are checking in onto the YouTube channel so you have all your lessons there. And let's see, I had a student that responded. So I'm glad. And also, if in any time technology does not work, because this is a very odd year and we're using technology a lot, please send me a note or an email or something on MS Team. I do check them regularly and I try my best to go ahead and make sure that it works. So make sure you just let me know, because I don't know if no one says anything. Feedback. Okay, so then with that said, let's go ahead and get started with today's stuff. All right, so today's stuff is not going to be on your student workbook, but because we're actually way ahead. And so I am going to take a few days to kind of go back and review a few things. You guys are such rock stars. You've been kind of keeping up with everything. So go ahead and go to your week 7 white packet. So today's notes will be on that as well. Last time I saw you guys, which was week 6 Friday, I told you guys and showed you guys, and actually you guys did a lot of work on how to calculate your GPA, which is pretty awesome. I think everyone needs to know where they kind of stand in terms of their performance. So you guys did an awesome job with that. So today, this is kind of what we're going to be going over. I'm going to go over my notes on domain, range, and vertical line tests. So this is a review of your notes that we have actually already gone over in the blue workbook. We're also going to be doing a group work, which in this case, I don't know how we're going to do the group work, but you're going to be doing it at home by yourself with categorization of functions, not a function in unsures. And then I have a foldable. I will be doing this in class if I had a foldable, but unfortunately you guys are actually at home, so I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do this, but we'll make it work. And then after that, I have a little bit of practice with the algebra puzzle. What did the baby say when it backed into a cactus? And then a order of operation practice. So with that said, let's go ahead and turn over to this note right here. You guys should have this under week 7, Monday. These are the vocabulary words that you're going to be using, so make sure you guys have that. All right, and then this is the practice, which I'm not sure if it makes sense to you right now, but it will make sense once we go through it. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So today we're going to talk about relations, state its domain, range, determine if a relation is a function. All right, so you're going to start off on this side right here. What is a relation? A relation is a mapping or pairing of inputs. Inputs are all the x values with outputs, and outputs are the y values. Now, the set of inputs are going to be domain, so they're x, and the set of outputs are called range, and they're y. It is a function, remember, if the x value does not repeat. And what that means is that for every x value, there is one y value. So the x value would never ever double or repeat or reoccur one more time. If it does reoccur more than once and it's repeating, then it is not a function. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at some examples here. Input, these are the domain. And they're also the x values. Output, this is the range. And the y values. Okay, so look at the little arrows. And when you're looking at the little arrows, you're going to ask yourself, does x repeat? Well, in this situation, you have a -3. You see this part right here. It means there are 2 1s and a 4. And given the fact that the 2 1s does repeat, you guessed it, it is not a function. So is it a function? No, because 1 is mapped out to both -2 and 1. So it's repeating. So not a function. Let's try that again. Take a look at the little arrows. If you look at the x value for the domain, none of these here are repeated. So your domains are -3, 1, 3, and 4. Your range, because there are 2 arrows pointing at the 1, you have 3, 1, 1, -2. But quite frankly, I don't care about the range if the range repeats, because all I care about is the domain. And as long as the x value doesn't repeat, it is a function. So yes, it is a function in this case. All right, so that's one form of finding something, whether it's a function or not. Another form is if you actually have something graphed. So let's take a look at this. How can you tell if it's a function when you're given a graph? Well, we do this thing, it's called a vertical line test. So what that means is that I just draw vertical lines. So it's called a vertical line test. Vertical meaning that it goes up and down, okay? So I'm gonna draw a bunch of lines, and when I'm drawing the lines, if it only touches the graph once, then it's a function, okay? So I drew 3 lines. Touches it once, so good. Touches it once, perfect. Touches it once, yep. This one passed the vertical line test. So it is a function because x does not repeat. Now let's try with a circle one. So if I draw the line right here, I draw a line, and you could draw as many lines as you want, but as long as it doesn't touch the same line more than once, you're good. Here it touches it once, uh-oh, here it's repeating again. Here the x is at 1, here the x is at 1, so it does repeat. So it's not a function. And it failed the vertical line test. Here we go. I'm drawing my lines in blue. And if you take a look at each of the lines, it only touches the graph once. Second line touches it once. Third line touches it once. So this one does not repeat. So yes, it is a function. Now let's take a look at the last one over here. Draw your line right here. How many times does it touch on the graph on the same line? Twice. So this one is saying x is at 0, but then x is repeated again over here, so it's not a function. Failed vertical line test. Looking at this parabola, is it a function? Yeah, because no matter where you put the vertical line, it only hits the parabola in one spot. So it's just one x value. Here it's saying like x is at -3, here x is at -2, here is x is at +2, x is at 3. If you look at the numbers here, they do not repeat. There's not more than one x value. What about this one? Uh-oh. If I go ahead and draw my vertical line on this, take a look, it's hitting this line twice. Okay, so this guy hits 2 spot. So if this, let's say, is 1, 2, and 3, x is equal to 3, x is equal to 3, so it does repeat. So it is not a function, and it fails the vertical line test. All right, let's take a look at these ones. I want you guys to go ahead and try it. So pause the video, try to just move your little pencils. You know, you can actually just try with a pencil. Put your pencils right here and see how many times does it actually touch it. First one, it is a function because it only touches once. Second graph, it is a function because it only touches it once right here. And if I draw another line, again, just once. Third one, it is not a function. Although this one's a little bit tricky because if you take the third one, first time I draw a line, oh, only touches the graph once. But to be sure, you want to draw a few more lines. But then guess what? This line touches the function at 3 different spots. So it's saying x is equal to -1, x is equal to -1, x is equal to -1. So in this case, x does repeat. So therefore, it's not a function. What about this? Pause the video, give it a try. First one's definitely not a function. Second and third one, they are functions. What about these ones? First one is a function. Second one, not a function. All right, now what I want you guys to do is turn over to this page right here. I'm going to give you guys a series of pictures on this, on the PowerPoint, and you are going to pause that video and then categorize those pictures either as a function, not a function, or unsure, and you're going to write your answer here. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So here you have numbers 1 to 16. Go ahead and put the numbers in. Which one's a function, which one's not a function. Pause the video. Let's check the answers. Take a look. These are my answers of which one's a function, which one's not a function. And some of them are a little bit fancy, like this one right here with the flower petals. And if you draw a straight line, you're touching 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different repeats at x equals 1/2. So definitely not a function. But yeah, it's a good little exercise for you guys. All right, so next what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have you guys create a little foldable. So if you're at home, you just need to get a square piece of paper, or if you have a rectangular piece of paper, you just kind of cut it out into a square, fold the corners inwards, so you have 4 corners touching this, and then go ahead and number or label them graph, order pairs, mapping, table. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So once you have written this part, we're going to open each of the flaps, and then that way you can have the nodes inside the flaps. All right, so I'm going to copy this one down under the upper left corner where it says graph. And it says use the vertical line test. If a vertical line passes through the graph more than once, it is not a function. A graph is always a relation. Give the domain and range for each. And these are the two pictures. And take a look at your answer. First one is a function. Second one, not a function because it touches it twice. Okay, copy this one down under upper right corner under ordered pairs. Take a look over here where it is ordered pairs. Notice that it's not a graph, it's giving you 3 points. So which one's a function, which one's not a function? And you know that the first one is a function because the x value does not repeat. Second one is not a function because guess what? The x value with a 3 and the 3, it does repeat, so it's not a function. Copy this one down under the lower left under table, because this is another way of looking at domain and range with a table. Please explain to me, which one is a function, which one's not a function? All right, second one's not a function. Why? Because the x value has 2 8s. Last one, copy this one down under mapping. And again, explain why a relation is a function and not a function. If you take a look at this, the first one's a function because if you look at the numbers with the x value, there's no repeats. Second one, do you see where the 3 is being shared? So that means your domain is 1, 3, 3, 4, 9. And because the 3 repeats, it's not a function. Okay, so if you guys want to go ahead and get started with us, I'm going to have you guys practice on the algebra puzzle. And hold on a second, something just happened. So practice on the algebra puzzle. Give me a second, let me see what the heck is going on with this. And your algebra puzzle basically says, I'm having a little bit of difficulty with this. Just give me a second. Shouldn't be that big of an issue. Let's see, Zoom. I want to make sure. Okay, so here we go. Now you can see it. Sorry about that. So it says, determine what did the baby porcupine say when it backed into a cactus? And so what you're doing here is determine which of the relation are functions. So just how we practiced it in class and also like right now. Okay. Oh, baby, you're not supposed to eat that. My little girl just ate half of the chopstick. Jeez, no, we're not eating that. And so your answer should be down over here. Make sure you guys match it. Pause the video and go ahead and get started with that. Okay, now you can see I'm giving the answer. So you probably should have unpaused it, but here are the answers for that. And the answer is, it says, hi, Ma. All right, you guys, I will see you guys next time. Take care and make sure you check in on YouTube. Have a great day.